Good morning, one and all. This is Udeshri, working as Assistant Professor in the Department of Mechanical Engineering in St. Peter's Engineering College. In today's class, let us discuss about few topics of metrology and machine tools from Unit 4. Okay, now let us first look at the syllabus copy before entering into Unit 4. So this is the syllabus of Unit 4. The Unit 4 will speak about the limits, fits and tolerances, what is unilateral and bilateral tolerance, what is hole and shaft basis system, what is interchangeability and selective assembly. So this is the first part of Unit 4. And second part includes the gauges. So what is Taylor's principle? Design of go and no-go gauges, measurement of angles, bevel protractor and sign bar, measurement of flat surfaces, straight edges, surface plates, optical flat and autocollimator. So here in the second part of Unit 4, we are going to learn about what are the different instruments that we use in metrology and how to use these instruments. Okay, now let us know about what are limits, fits and tolerances. Okay, so see here, if you look at this component, which is here, it is some cylindrical component with some where we have made some step turning. Okay, you have some chamfers, fillets, and all concave and convex surfaces. So here you see we have some dimension called 80 here. This is called the basic dimension. So over this basic dimension, you have something called minus 0.1 plus 0.4. So this is it tolerance. Now, before going in depth to this topic, let us know why we should mention this tolerance. What is the purpose of this tolerance? Okay, so if you want to manufacture some component of 80 length exactly, during the manufacturing, it's not possible to get 100% accuracy. So, as it is not possible to get 100% accuracy, we give some permissible deviation. Permissible deviation in the sense, see here, if you take the dimension 80, this dimension 80 can increase its size by 0.4 or it can decrease its size by minus 0.1. So like this, if we are allowing it to get deviated, it means it can increase or decrease its size. So it's not mandatory that it should increase and decrease always. You can sometimes give permission to increase its size and not to decrease. Sometimes you can permit it to decrease its size and not to increase. So like this, you can increase or decrease its size. So if you're giving some permissible deviation, so that is called as limits. So you will have two limits, upper limit and lower limit. So here you see plus 0.4 is called as the upper limit and minus 0.1 is called as the lower limit. And 80 is the basic dimension which you require. So here you see the difference between the upper limit and the lower limit is called as its tolerance. In the sense the difference between the upper value and the lower value. So here in this case you have two things, the plus sign and minus sign. So if you look at some dimension 20 here, the upper dimension is plus 0.2 and lower dimension is 0. Okay, so sometimes in some cases what happens is you will have the upper dimension as 0 and the lower dimension as minus some value, minus 0.2, minus 0.4 like this. So whatever the greater value you have, that value we consider it as the upper limit, and whatever the smaller value you have, that value we consider it as the lower limit, and the difference between the upper limit and lower limit is called as its tolerance. Okay, so now let us look at its definition. Limits are the maximum and minimum sizes allowable. So that's what I said, the maximum value and the minimum value. The term tolerance refers to the difference between the upper limit and the lower limit. So the difference between the upper dimensions you have and the lower dimension you have. So here you have another thing which is called as accuracy and precision. Now let us look at what is accuracy and what is precision. Okay, let us take the same example. So accuracy is how close you are to the required value. Here the required value is 80. So how close you are to this value 80 is its accuracy. Okay. If you are measuring this dimension 80 with different tools or different measuring metrology instruments, different metrology instruments. So here, if you look from one side, if you are getting 80 and if you're just tilting the component and again measuring and again tilting and measuring. So if you are taking different positions and measuring, and if you are getting the same value, it means it got good precision. So if you are getting same repeated value, then we call it as precision. So now let us look at the definition. Accuracy refers to the closeness to the measured value to a standard or known value. It means whatever the value you want, how close you are to that value is its accuracy. Precision refers to closeness of two or more measurements to each other. It means how many times you are getting the same value or the nearest value. It's called its precision. So this is about the limits, tolerance, accuracy and precision. Next one is we have different types of fits. So here the first one is clearance fit. So what is clearance fit? See, if you have some hole, okay, in this hole you want to fit some shaft. So here, if the size of the shaft means the difference between the size of the shaft and the diameter of the hole, it means diameter of shaft and diameter of hole is so much. If you can easily insert and bring it out, then that is called as a clearance fit. Here the size of shaft will be very less and the size of hole will be more. And in case of interference fit, both the size of the hole and the size of the shaft will be almost near or same. Okay, in transition fit, the size of the shaft will be more and the size of the hole will be less. And so we'll push it a lot in order to make it fit into that shaft. So these are three different types of fits we have: clearance fit, interference fit and transition fit. So next is what is unilateral tolerance and what is bilateral tolerance. Now if you look at the figures, the first figure got, see, plus 0.000. It means you don't have any tolerance on the plus side. But it got something minus 0.004. It means it got some tolerance on the minus side. It means no upper deviation, only the lower deviation. In the sense, you can decrease its diameter, but you should not increase its diameter, right? So here, if the deviation is only on one side, we call it as unilateral tolerance. Similarly, if the deviation is on both the sides, plus side and minus side, then we call it as bilateral tolerance. See here, 20 plus 0.002 minus 0.002. See, for example, if you don't have minus 0.002, if you have 0 here, then as you have plus deviation, we call it as unilateral tolerance. So if you have deviation either towards the plus side or either towards the minus side, then we call it as a unilateral tolerance. And if you have deviation both the upside and the downside, means both the sides, minus side and plus side, then we call it as a bilateral tolerance. Next one, what is a hole basis system and what is a shaft basis system? See, hole basis system is where the size of the hole remains constant and there will be a variation in the size of the shaft. See, if you look at the first figure here, the size of the hole is constant. So, and depending upon the fit required, they are varying the size of the shaft. So, the first one is clearance, where the diameter of the shaft is very less when compared to the diameter of the hole. If you look at the second figure, the diameter of the shaft and the diameter of the hole are same. If you look at the third figure, the diameter of the shaft is more when compared to the diameter of the hole. So here, throughout the process, here the size of the hole is constant and the size of the shaft is more. So this is called a hole basis system where the size of the hole remains constant. We have another system that is called as a shaft basis system. In shaft basis system, the size of the shaft will remain constant and the hole size will vary depending upon the fit required. So if you look at the first figure, see, the shaft is constant, but here as they need a clearance fit, they have made a larger hole. Here, as they need a transition hole, they made a hole which is equal to the size of the shaft. And the third one, as they need some interference fit, they have made a very small hole when compared to the size of the shaft. So like this, depending upon the fit which you require, we decide the size of the hole or size of the shaft. So if it is a hole basis system, we keep hole constant. If it is shaft basis system, we keep the shaft size constant. So this is about the hole basis system and shaft basis system. Next one, what is interchangeability and what is selective assembly? So here interchangeability is, say for example, if you have some nut and screw and you have another nut and screw. Now you want to replace this screw with that screw and that screw with this screw. So if it is of same dimensions, same standards, these should replace each other. It should get interchanged. That is called interchangeability. Okay, selective assembly is, see for example, if you are manufacturing n number of nuts and n number of bolts, any nut from this batch should match with any bolt of that batch. So though you are manufacturing in different batches, the standard should be same. So if you're randomly selecting some component from this batch and some component from some other batch, if you're making an assembly, it should make a perfect fit. So that is called a selective assembly. So now let us look at its definitions. Interchangeable parts that are for practical purpose and identical. They are made to specifications that ensure that they are so near identical that they'll fit into any assembly further of the same type. It means even if you have a similar assembly, it should fit into that assembly of same type. That's what I told. So if you have some nut and bolt assembly here, and if you have another nut and bolt assembly, it means a similar assembly, this nut should fit to that nut and that nut should fit to this nut. So like this, even if you interchange, it should perfectly fit the required assembly. Okay, next one is the selective assembly. The selection of two or more stalks of a particular part of a mechanism that will fit with a desired degree of clearance when assembled. It means if you're taking screw from one assembly and nut from another assembly, and if you're making whatever the fit you are expecting, this every nut, or sorry, every screw of that assembly should fit with this nut, or if every nut of this assembly should fit with that screw. So like this, whatever the random part which you select, so it should give the desired fit. So that is called a selective assembly. So till here we have finished the unit 4 part 1. Let us look at the syllabus. See, what are the limits? What are fits? What is the tolerance? What is unilateral and bilateral tolerance system? Hole and shaft basis system? What is interchangeability? And what is selective assembly? Okay, so that is about today's class. In the next class, let us learn about the gauges and different measuring instruments. That is about today's class. Thank you.